they were wheeling me out of the heart cath lab, and I saw her, and then I was like, Mom, I had a heart attack. You know, I couldn't believe that I was saying those words to my mom, that I had a heart attack. Eight days after the birth of my son Kai, which makes this January 3rd of this year, I was laying on this couch nursing my 8-day-old son, and I sat up and had a horrible feeling in my throat. It was the same feeling I had felt a couple nights before that on New Year's Eve, but it wasn't, you know, that night on New Year's Eve, it wasn't anything alarming. It was just a fuzzy feeling in my throat, and it went away. This night, I had just a few minutes. I sat up. My husband was on the couch watching football. My mother, thank goodness, was still in town from the holidays and the birth of my son. And she was to leave that day, and she decided to stay one more day, thank goodness. I sat up and I said, I have this really funny feeling in my throat again. And I started getting all worked up. My hands got sweaty. I sat up, and it traveled down to my shoulders. I knew it was something really serious because it started traveling into my chest. And then my left arm went completely numb. And I was still sitting here, and my little girl's pretend stethoscope was sitting there, and we started listening to my heart, and I pushed it away. My mom ran upstairs to get a baby aspirin. And in the meantime, I stood up to go to the bathroom, got halfway there, and said to myself, what am I thinking? I don't have time to do this. I have to get to the hospital. But at this point, I couldn't say anything because my chest was hurting so bad. I put my boots on. I looked down. They were on the wrong feet. And I turned around. There was nothing I could do about it. And I tried to get the words out, somebody take me to the hospital, and I just hit the floor and was out.
I sat right here, and I looked over and I saw her, and she collapsed on the floor. And so I ran over to her, and her eyes had rolled in the back of her head, and she was convulsing and shaking, and I just wanted to attend to her, you know, because once something like that happens, you just don't know what to do. It's almost like a movie just playing out in front of you that my wife's dying on the floor, and all I said was, you know, please don't die on me. So
I thought that somebody was on top of me, standing on me, and I think I muttered the words, get off of me. I think it was my mother just trying to give me CPR, but I wasn't really there, but I could hear things, and I heard her say, I can hear her breathing. So I knew that I wasn't dead, and I thought, am I dying? Or you know, good, I'm breathing, but am I still gonna die? And I couldn't physically open my eyes, and I wasn't there. I remember the EMT people being there, and out this year I heard one of the guys say, I can't get a pulse, I can't get a pulse, and I was like, oh no, I still could die, and I couldn't comprehend or do anything, and I guess I was foaming at the mouth and just a mess. But you know, it's the worst feeling ever to be in that in-between state of not really knowing if you're dying or not. When I heard those words, this is a heart attack, it was horrible. All I could think about is my newborn son needing to eat. That was the worst part of it, because I knew that this whole thing, I don't know how long it had taken, but the last thing I remember was being at my house nursing him and thinking, I can't get to him. He needs to eat. Who's going to take care of him? I can't, you know, what can I do? And Eric's not going to be able to do it on his own. I just had all these thoughts that my kids need me, and that's all I could think of, because I thought that I still could die. I knew that I was having a heart attack or had had a heart attack, so.
It seemed like forever waiting in the waiting room, but it was only about an hour. The whole process of going through the catheter and putting in the stent, I guess there was a couple different stents that they did. To the doctor that was on call at, what was it, about midnight? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I would thank him.
But he got there so quickly, and
Yeah, and he saved my wife's life.
both of my children are doing wonderful now. My daughter Miley is 4, and Kai is now 8 months old. Without heart and stroke research, many more people would get misdiagnosed, especially women. They could slip through the cracks, and more people, women especially, would die. I just want to thank each and every one of you for your support for the American Heart Association, especially Go Red for Women. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for all of you. Thank you.
I'm thankful that you are here and that we are a family.